Okay, what I'm going to show you how to do is make a panel for your comic panels. And this might be a little easier than the tutorials that are on the Edmodo. So when you go open Photoshop, go to File, go New. Then change the pixels to inches and title it Comic Panels. And I'm going to make this 11 inches wide. Now I'm going to create some panels. So the first thing I want to do is save my panels. So I'm going to save as comic panels, and I'm going to make it a Photoshop document because it's going to end up having layers and stuff like that. So make sure it's a PSD at first. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the marquee tool to make my panels. I think in one of the other tutorials it says to use the rectangle tool and do some paths and stuff like that, but I find just making the paths first is easiest. So I'm going to click on the rectangle marquee tool, and I'm going to go over here and make a new layer, and I'm going to call this panel 1. So I'm going to say OK. Then on my new layer, my panel 1 layer, I'm going to draw a panel or a box like so. Then what I'm going to do is make sure I've got black and white clicked on right here, and I'm going to go to File, I'm not going to go File, I'm going to go to Edit, Stroke. And then I'm going to change this to 12 pixels in case it's not. Hit the Tab key and make sure the color is black. Then I'm going to say OK. And you'll notice I got a black border around this. Now I'm going to deselect the panel. So now I've got a panel floating around. So I'm going to make another panel. So instead of creating another panel and doing the stroke all the time, I'm just going to go duplicate layer. And I'm going to call this one, instead of panel copy 1 or panel 1 copy, I'm going to call it panel 2. And I say OK. And then I get my move tool and I move. And if I want to change the shape of either one of those panels, I could click on the layer I want. Say I want to make this one taller. And then I go either Edit, Transform Scale, or just go hold the Command button down and hit T, and you can do like that. Then you can change the size of the panel like so, and I can make, and then I double click that to change that size, and then I can click on panel 2 over here and Command T, and I can make him a little wider, and so on. So I can adjust my panels as I go along, and like so. So then I'm ready for another panel. So I just go to panel 2 and I duplicate the layer, say, oops, and change that to panel 3 and say OK. And I'll move this down and pretty close to what I wanted. Maybe I'll go Command T, make him just a little bit bigger, like so. And then I can go to panel 3, duplicate that layer, say panel 4, and say OK. And each time I make a new panel, I change the other ones and make them flow along here like so. So I'm going to finish up here by just going duplicate layer, panel 5, and OK, and take my move tool, moving over here, and maybe I'll make this one a little smaller. And this, of course, depends on what your story is like. But I just keep duplicating the layer. Oops, dang it. If I mess up and do like that, I can double click here and just change this to panel 6. And then I move panel 6 over. And let's put him here, and let's make these two about the same size by going there and then choosing panel 5. Oops, I gotta always double click there. Go to panel 5 and Command T and move him over. And I think for my final panel, I'm going to make one big panel down here at the bottom. So I'll take one of these and duplicate layer, call it panel 7. Okay, move this guy down And just to finish up, I'll make this one big panel like this and pull down like this. So basically there's my panels. I've got panels 1 through 7, and I'm going to save this. So File, Save, and say OK. Now when you're ready to start putting pictures in here, what you'll do is you'll take your Magic Wand tool and you'll click on the first panel and you'll click inside that and it'll select that area. And then all you have to do is, let me see if I've got a picture up here quick. I'll see what this picture is. So what I'll be able to do is take this picture, go Select All, Command A, and how it selects it, and then go Command C for copy, or I can go Select All, Edit, Copy, and then I'll go over here and I'll go Edit, Paste Into. Now what's going to happen is this is not going to fit because it's a wide picture, but I can still, you know, move it around like this and set it inside my comic panel like that. So that's what you'll do after you create the images. So that's how to create your comic panel, and that's how to insert pictures in there. So try to get your comic panel finished by today, and then we'll start putting images in tomorrow.